Hey Sebastian, good to see you back for today's episode of reviewing your underwater films. Hey Sebastian, great to see you back here for another reviewing your underwater films. You look a little different today though, and you're awfully quiet. But I don't really know what it is. Well, in any case, can you please let us know what film we're reviewing today? I should have not replaced him with a selfie stick after all. You're back!
Hey Matthias, I was surprised getting a call from you.
Yeah. I won't replace you with a selfie stick anytime soon.
All right. So can we talk about now like payment, holidays?
Well, you can go on holidays if you want, and you won't get paid for that, if that's what you want to talk about.
Okay. Well,
I would like to talk about something completely different now that you're here. Do you know what's better than a really good underwater video light?
Yeah, I know.
What?
A really good underwater video light with a remote control.
How did you know that?
Well, I was there.
Wow, yes. Yes, you were. For a long time, I haven't really seen the benefit of having a remote on underwater video lights.
I did.
And just now, after having tested the new Divefog SL50, the new model, updated model in Indonesia, in Bali and Komodo, on our recent trip there, I have really gotten into using those lights with a remote. It was very convenient having that little remote sitting on my handle on the red Komodo and just being able with the push of a finger, turn that light on or off, or just increase or decrease the intensity of that light. And I was mostly using it as a fill light, just on top of my Komodo rig, in addition to my two larger lights that I was having, the Kelden ones. And this one was just a fill light, making sure that I don't get any unlit spots right in front of the lens. And being able to turn that on and off without having to actually reach for the light, which was a little bit, out of reach for my short arms, it was great. I really enjoyed that, and I can highly recommend the SL50s with the remote control. And this is a new product that our sponsor of the series and today's video here, Divefog, has brought out. If you want to check out those lights, the remote control, and everything that goes along with it, there is a link down in the video description below. And through that link, you will also get the usual 6% discount, extra discount, I better say, to the original price on the website. Alternatively, you can, as always, also use the coupon code Matthias Lebo to apply that discount, and it works, as always, for any of the gear that you can find on the Divefog web shop. Yes.
Nice.
Very nice. So, I've talked about what I wanted to talk about. Now, I know you brought a video with you today.
Yes, I did.
That we want to watch.
Of course we want to watch it. And today's video is from John Turpin. And I think
very familiar name, face, and I would even say a friend in the meantime. Thank you, John, for your submission. John was with us on our underwater videography workshop in the Philippines in that was like October 23, and John even took a half-day one-on-one private lesson with me, and we worked on some of the challenges that John had when it comes to filming underwater. So I'm really curious to see what John is submitting to us today.
Yeah, me too. What you told him.
Oh, the pressure's on. You better don't disappoint, John.
Just for everyone else, John was he was using a Lumix LX10 in a Nordcam housing with a WWLC lens, and he was using two big blue lights.
Correct. Yeah, remember that. Yeah, exactly.
Awesome.
Is this actually something that he shot like during the trip, after the trip that we did together? Does it say anything about that?
He says in his email that the footage was shot specifically to make a film about fish nurseries.
Today's video is the fourth and final episode in our Philippines diving adventure. All week, we've been searching for the big creatures that they have here, whale sharks, big sea turtles, thresher sharks, but today we're going small, real small. Have you ever wondered how tiny, newly hatched fish survive on ocean reefs when surrounded by hungry predators? Well, remarkably, they do very well here, and I'm going looking for them today. Down in the coral, it seems that fish parents congregate their little ones into coral or plant structures that provide pretty amazing safe spaces for the kids. Like the well-thought-out child care centers that we have back home, the reef is full of tiny protective shelters for the small fry. Let's call them fish nurseries. Come with us today and check out the places that the tiniest local fish hide and grow and thrive.
I'm in an anxious state, be still my heart. I'm putting all your dreams in my Amazon cart. If it were me, I think I'd say, let's get out, let's go far away. Wonder if I may change your mind for a day. Just stay a while. If time goes by, who cares? So just stay a while. 'Cause good days come and days, so just stay a while. Like boring billionaires or kids staying up all night. We could lay in the morning light. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Kinda curious to find what's underneath. I got a couple pills left for my wisdom teeth. Open a bottle of wine and tell me your story. And with a hurricane force, new category. If it were me, I think I'd say, let's get out, let's go far away. Wonder if I may change your mind for a day. Just stay a while. If time goes by, who cares? So just stay a while. 'Cause good days come and days, so just stay a while. Like boring billionaires or kids staying up all night. We could lay in the morning light. Yeah, yeah, you don't gotta wait, I ain't an avocado. I got a cabin that I keep in Colorado. Are you up, are you down, are you undecided? 'Cause when you don't get my attention, baby, it's undivided. I know, I'm persistent, won't you just stay a while? If time goes by, who cares? So just stay a while. 'Cause good days come and days, so just stay a while. Like boring billionaires or kids staying up all night. We could lay in the morning light. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, as you can see, the reefs here are healthy and are producing more generations of these beautiful reef fish. While big marine creatures are always amazing to watch, we've really enjoyed searching out these little ones too. So what's coming up next for the channel? Well, it's getting cold back at our home base and we're ready to head for lower latitudes and warmer weather. So our next episode will see in a new series that we're calling Lost in Paradise. We didn't get enough of the Caribbean last winter, so we're heading back again this year. We expect to see both new and familiar places and experience even more adventures. We would love to have you come along with us. Well, if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to our channel and keep an eye out for the start of our new series when we head south and immediately get lost in paradise. See you next time.
Very, very much enjoyed watching that, and it brought some memories back of that really cool trip to the Philippines not that long ago. So,
What? he is the kind of person who has just a voice you can listen to.
Right?
It's yeah.
I could listen to him for
I'm not sure
hours.
captivating is not the right word, but like he's like if he starts talking, you
It's soothing.
just
It's calming. You just want to keep listening to him.
yeah.
And it's funny. He's like, this is obviously his voice when he talks to you one-on-one too. So I mean, I really enjoyed our one-on-one session, just sitting down and talking to one another. It's great.
It's cool.
Great.
And I like the idea of the story. Just take us along to these fish nurseries, and and then there's a little text he did like with the funny text like I don't remember the one, but the one was laughing the kids party or something.
Every species is welcome.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. What I read down here as well. I like the music.
Right.
It's like it's catchy. It helps. Not helps is the wrong word. It's like it takes you with you. Like
It's very supportive of the visuals that we see.
Yeah.
It goes along very well with them. I would say so.
If we're talking about improvements, I would generally speaking shorten it down.
The individual clips, you mean?
The overall length of the video, if he doesn't have any more different variation of clips, because like after a while it's getting kind of repetitive. So I would like just shrink it down a little bit. So it's not getting that repetitive feel. And then I would use more of his voice. It's like honestly, like at the beginning, I saw like okay, cool. Then the first shot is a little bit long. The one where he's
the selfie shot.
The selfie shot of him is kind of it's like I don't know how long, 30 seconds, maybe even longer. But after that, I mean, he's talking you into that and taking us along the journey, and then the music comes, and then unfortunately only comes at the end of the video again talking. So I would love to see him like in the middle, not talking constantly, but just giving us more information,
bits and pieces here and there.
Pieces there. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah,
it's cool.
Yeah, I agree. Yep. So I've also written down like the story is really it's a nice little compact story. It works. I love that you've narrated this yourself. As Sebastian said, I agree totally on this. You've got a awesome voice for narration. It really works very, very, very well. I love the information that you were giving out while you were talking, and also on the little graphics on screen. The only thing I've got to critique with the graphics is that they do sit a little too tight to the bottom corner or the bottom sort of ending of the bottom frame really. So I would just lift them up either a little bit or place them somewhere in a different position, but not have them cramped down all the way touching the lower part of your frame. So just give them a little space to breathe. I think that will make it a little better there. A small sort of criticism there.
And talking about the graphics, I wouldn't fade in, fade out the logo. Either I would leave it all the time.
Good point.
Stick it to the screen.
Good point.
Or just show it at the beginning a little bigger. You realize what it is, what it says, and then fade it out and maybe bring it at the end again.
Yeah.
But not like on off. It's like rather disturbing than helping.
Yep, yeah, that's a good point. One thing I had to laugh about was when we saw the first shot where you can actually see the WWLC stuck on the right bottom corner, and I remembered then, because John was actually using, in addition to the Lumix camera, he was using a little GoPro on, like, just an attachment on, like, sort of one of the arms of the handle, and he was using this to capture some B-roll. Sometimes also turning it around. I think that's also the selfie shot that he captured as he was going down. But from the angle, it was always capturing that little bit of the WWLC in there. Good idea. Two things. Maybe you can crop in a little bit on that shot so you get rid of that camera, because that was. If you don't know why it's there, I can imagine it's a little confusing that it's there. And secondly, there was a bit of a discrepancy quality-wise from the footage coming out of the Lumix and the footage coming out of the GoPro. And if I remember correctly, it was an older type GoPro that you were using as well. So if you wanna do this and mix up the footage from these two cameras, it might not be a bad idea to think about investing into a current GoPro model or more current GoPro model that has better specs, better quality, that will just be matching more seamlessly into together with the footage that you're getting from the Lumix camera. Because it was quite obvious, even without seeing the WWLC in the frame, it was quite obvious which clips were shot with the GoPro and which clips were shot with the Lumix camera there.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like, generally speaking, if you start mixing cameras, make sure they match quality-wise and frame rate-wise to one another.
Nevertheless, I have to say that even though you could see the difference in quality of those two cameras, I thought that the color matching and in general the color grade was pretty nice. It wasn't spotless in the way that you couldn't tell that it was different cameras and all the imagery was graded 100% identical. But I think you've done a decent job there grading and matching those clips and making them seem very close to one another. And I think also because of the story and the narration that you've got, it's not that dramatic. People are quite forgiving in that sense when they look at the piece and it actually has a story and is telling them something and there is like something bigger behind it. So that worked quite well in my opinion. But generally speaking, what I want to say is I think I like the color grade. I did. I think it was nicely graded. And then the matching here and there is small discrepancies, but nothing really dramatic in my opinion. What else did I have? That's pretty much what I've written down.
I would have something.
Yes.
I like the shots where he was getting like really low to the coral and getting close, creating really nice depth of field. I don't know what kind of lens the Lumix has, but it was really nice to see like the depth of field and getting like this blurry background. The only improvement I'd like to see here is like a more stable footage. And I don't know, you saw his rig. I can imagine again, like the WWLC is quite front heavy. How the whole rig is
it's not
balanced. I think it's quite hard to get close and get it stable. But it would be like an improvement to get try to get more stable footage.
And I just remembered when you were talking about the closer up shots that I think it would be also a nice thing if you could, John, include some close up shots of, especially talking about the nurseries, and you're showing those nurseries in a variety of different angles and stuff. But I think it would have benefited if you had like a couple of shots where even with a longer lens, where you would have been able to get more into like the branches of the coral and stuff and get some close-up shots of the fish swimming in and out of their little nurseries and stuff. I think that would have just given it a little more depth altogether.
Yeah, just a greater variety of shots,
exactly,
of angles and
exactly. But we all know that this is complicated because it means disassembling your rig and using like a different lens or a different setup in for some shots. So yeah, it's totally understandable that wasn't an option and wasn't possible, but maybe something to think about for the next videos that you're creating, because I know that you will be creating a lot more videos. I mean, I've been watching your videos for quite a while. I do really enjoy seeing all these little travel episodes on John's channel, and if you're not familiar with John's work, other than what we've seen today, then I highly recommend you head over to his channel. The video as well as the channel will be linked down in the video description below. He's got a ton of really cool content on there, and I kind of envy John a little bit for all his time that he's got now that he's retired, traveling the world and diving in all these places and making all these travel videos about it, and that's exactly what was really cool. I really enjoyed it. So thank you, John, for putting all that content out there and for submitting your video for today's review as well. Now, I think it's my turn today to sum up our review. John, we really enjoyed the whole appearance of the video. how you've structured it, that it's part of a little series, the story that was told with the video. We love your voice as a narration tool, absolutely fantastic. Wouldn't do anything else, it's really great. And we also think that the music that you've picked for this piece is very, very fitting. Things that we, or areas that we think you can work on are the stability of your footage, especially if we're talking about the closer up shots, then the length of the individual clips, but also the entire video all together. And also think about including some close-up shots if it's anyhow possible in future projects, because that's going to give just the whole video like a different or an added perspective and an added dimension, making it even a little more interesting than what it already is. But all in all, we really enjoyed your submission. We had a lot of fun watching that. And as I said before, I can highly recommend everyone to hop over onto John's channel and check out the other content that he's got there.
Cool. Well, if anyone else, then as John wants to have us reviewed his video and get some feedback on it, send us an email to contact@matthiaslebo.com. Let us know, like John did, just on the other side of the email, which I didn't read, which kind of camera he was using, where it was recorded, and yeah, if you're using lights, filters, and all that stuff. It's interesting for us and obviously for you guys to see how the video was created.
Exactly.
Yeah, looking forward for the next one.
Very much so. John's video was 4 minutes and 58, so he does qualify for the competition, to enter the competition for the free spot of our next underwater videography workshop in the Maldives in April 2025. If you want to learn more about a competition and how you can participate, check the video down in the description below, which will give you all the details that you need. And that brings us to the end of today's video. Thank you, John, again for your submission, and I hope that we were able to give you some additional tips and tricks here to improve your future work. And I also hope that everyone else was able to get something from today's review and our view of John's work here. If that's the case, then please do show us by hitting that like button and leaving a comment down in the comment section below. Until next week, guys, have a great time. Keep capturing all those amazing underwater adventures of yours, and the two of us, and I promise the two of us, not me and the selfie stick, will be seeing you back here on the channel next Thursday for the next episode of reviewing your underwater films. Take care, and we'll see you in the next one.
See you guys.
Bye.